Hi, Vijay Mistry here. In this video, I want to share with you the 5 profit leakages directors and executives must watch out. Now, I have noted this in many organizations. These are some leakage points which need extra attention, and I just want to share these 5 elements. I'm sure there are many others, but for now, I just want to share these 5 for you to realize and see if any of them apply to you and your company. The first and foremost is your sales driver. Now, here's the thing. What I've noted is that directors and executives are still not asking the right questions when it comes to the sales drivers. Irrespective of the size of your organization, what are the mechanisms driving growth in your organization? So step back, look into the trend as to what's happening in your organization and what is that market behavior, what seems to be changing, because that's going to change everything for you and your organization. There are many organizations who are coming up with more cost-effective solutions. So what is it for your organization? And here's just one example. In the mattress manufacturing industry here in the United Kingdom, we had key players with multiple products. But now what has happened is that we now have new entrants who have come into the market. Entrants who have just one single product, a single mattress, which is a one-fit solution for everything. And they explain it properly, they exhibit it properly. And the selling price point is effective as well. So it is adaptable to the market conditions itself. And that, in my opinion, is a threat, or rather, it is a challenge for those companies which have a lot of products and a lot of other overheads. So what is it for your organization? Look into your sales drivers and ask those questions. Whenever you are in that executive session, ask those questions: that what's happening? How can we improve the processes within our organization so that we have more leaner efficiency? That is the first profit leakage where you need to really consider and pay attention. The second one, which I personally have noted in many organizations, is that they are management heavy. You need to make sure that if you have officers, senior officers, executives, they are adding value. This is very, very pivotal. And here's a couple of suggestions. Use the 80-20 principle. I always expound on this one particular point, that there are those core leverage drivers which are driving growth in your organization. In order to ensure that you can grow twofold, threefold, you need to ensure that your executives focus on that 20%, which is making the 80% impact in the growth of your organization. Step back, identify specifically 3 or 5 key ingredients which are driving and accelerating growth in your organization. Third point, which I have touched, and that is technology. My dear friends, technology is transforming everything in organizations. And why do I consider this as a profit leakage? Because the profit margins are changing due to the convenience and the implementation of certain technological innovative mechanisms and drivers in organizations. It's completely changing the profit element and the profit margin in organizations. And here's an example that I can give you. In the past, companies used to invest heavily on software, and this could be finance software, or these could be different types of software which would help the organization grow. But here's the thing, we now have subscription-based technological platforms which are so easy to use. For example, Adobe, Sage, SAP, all these software packages which companies used to purchase can now be used at a cheaper subscription-based level. So what is it for your organization? And the other element which I would like to bring forward when it comes to technology is, what else can you implement to transform your organization? In other words, what are the technological drivers? It could be artificial intelligence, it could be machine learning, big data, all these technological drivers which are changing the face of organizations. So apply that. I believe that is another area of profit leakage which directors and executives must watch out. Which leads me to the fourth point, which is changes in market behavior. Again, I've touched on this when it came to the sales driver, but here's the thing. You need to innovate, you need to progress, you need to be more creative, you need to ensure that you move your whole organization to another level altogether. I mean, consider a company like Apple or Samsung who come out with a different version of their smartphones every year. So what is it for your organization? What is it that you can bring on the table which raises the whole standard of quality of the service and the product that you provide? That leads me to the fifth profit leakage, which is nothing to do with any elements of the company itself, but it is to do with the follow through. I have noted in organizations, and this applies to many organizations, is that follow through. You got a strategy, you got certain expectations, ensure that you have consistent follow through. That culture, that behavior must be aligned in your organization. That should be a discipline in your organization. The follow through does not mean accepting excuses, because I've noted in many instances that there are many excuses executives or managers come up with, saying that we had this external condition, or we had this challenge or that challenge. They come up with different sorts of excuses. You need to ensure that expectations are met. A reasonable interpretation is very important, and ensuring that asking the right questions and collaborating and ensuring that hunger is there, that passion is there, that ignition is there, that heightened level of energy is there, that mental muscle to grow and the mindset to grow is present. My dear friends, these are just 5 profit leakage elements which I wanted to share for directors and executives to watch out for. In future videos, I'll share with you more growth-driven insights for you to scale up your organization, as well as help you become a world-class entrepreneur, leader, director, executive, and manager. Thank you very much. Bye for now.